89% of the profit just vanished from the division that builds your John Deere riding mower in a single quarter. Not a rumor, not one soft season. That's number 7 on a list of cracks running through a brand most of us treated as the default safe choice. And the company that posted that number still wants the better part of $4,000 for the machine sitting in the aisle. Here's what took me a while to piece together. The green paint isn't the problem, but it stopped being the spec that matters years ago. 7 signals say the status brand of the lawn is quietly coming apart, right at the seams homeowners actually touch. The people inside already know which corners got cut. This isn't one bad model, it's a pattern, and once you spot it, you can't unsee it. By the end, you'll have the 7 signals, the 3 mowers worth buying, and the question that ends the counter-argument. So, number 7, the money. Deere is not going bankrupt, and anybody who tells you that is going to get screenshotted in the comments by lunch. The company cleared $5 billion in profit last year. But the division that builds your lawn tractor, small ag and turf, watched its operating profit fall 89% in one quarter. It dropped from $234 million down to $25. Sales were actually up that quarter, but the profit still cratered, eaten alive by warranty costs and special charges. Think about what warranty costs really means. It means machines coming back. That's not a slogan, that's the company's own filing. And it's the first hint that the thing wearing the premium badge is costing them more to stand behind than it used to. Number 6. The people who build them are leaving the building. More than 2,000 American workers cut in a single year, with some production drifting toward Mexico. The company still insists most of its gear is made stateside. I get why that stings for this audience especially. The brand sold itself on the Heartland for a century. Now the Heartland is reading layoff notices. When a company starts trimming the hands that assemble the product is usually next. It almost always shows up in the build before it shows up in the brochure. Number 5. The warranty quietly tells on the build. Walk into a big box, and the cheapest green tractor, the S100 line, carries a 2-year warranty. Step up to the dealer-grade X300 series, and that warranty doubles to 4 years. Same brand, but half the coverage. A warranty is just a company betting its own money on how long something lasts. And on the entry machine, it's betting short. That bottom tractor isn't a worse John Deere built in secret for the store. That myth gets debunked fast, and you should debunk it too. It's the same model everywhere, but it's openly built to a price, and the price shows. Number 4, and this is the one that should change how you shop. Flip the conversation from horsepower to the transmission. Most of these entry riders across every badge roll on a sealed hydrostatic transaxle called the Tuff Torq K46. Remember that name. It's rated for flat yard mowing and almost nothing else. Tow a loaded cart or climb a real slope, and owners report it whining and quitting early. Here's the part that stops you. That same K46 lives under the cheap Cub Cadet, the entry Husqvarna, and the bottom John Deere. 3 logos, 3 prices, 1 transmission. You were never paying for the machine. You were paying for the paint. If you've made it this far, you already know this channel isn't here to sell you a brand. Subscribe and stick around, because the next 2 signals are where the calm and the chaos stop pretending to be the same company. Number 3. The dealer who used to fix it is disappearing. 82% of Deere's dealer locations now belong to large multi-store chains, the most consolidated network of any major maker. That's the company's own ecosystem closing ranks. And the Federal Trade Commission quoted the obvious consequence, that owners can end up driving hours just to get equipment fixed. The friendly small-town dealer was half of what the premium ever bought you, but that half is being bought out from under you. Number 2, and honestly this one made me laugh out loud. Deere's shiny new electric zero-turn, the Z370 RS, runs on Ego 56-volt batteries. And Ego? That's the upstart, the brand the old guard wrote off as a toy. Cordless outdoor power is now led by Ego and Ryobi, not the legacy names. The king is quietly borrowing the upstart's crown to power its own flagship. When the establishment has to plug into the disruptor to keep up, the disruption already happened. You're just watching the scoreboard catch up, and I keep a running list of which mowers passed that transaxle and deck test, ranked, because I got tired of typing it out in the comments. But hold that thought, which brings us to number 1, the betrayal sitting at the core of the whole brand. The company built on the self-reliant farmer, the guy who fixes his own equipment, got sued by the Federal Trade Commission and 5 states. The charge, making it nearly impossible to fix your own equipment. Software locks. Dealer-only diagnostic tools. Deere lost its motion to dismiss in 2025, so the case is very much live. Separately, it agreed to pay $99 million to settle a farmer's lawsuit over this exact issue. No admission of wrongdoing, just 99 million reasons. The brand that meant independence got caught selling dependence. That's not a marketing slip, that's a federal filing. But the point was never to scare you off green paint and leave you stranded in the aisle. And yes, I just spent 8 minutes dragging a brand I mostly respect. The point is that the name on the hood stopped being the spec that matters, so you get to stop overpaying for a logo and start buying the actual machine. Here are the 3 actually worth your money right now, each with the catch nobody at the store will mention. Start with the Toro time cutter if you want a zero turn that earns it. Fabricated steel deck instead of stamped, solid hydro gear drive, and a real dealer network behind it. Usually a few hundred under the comparable green machine. The catch, the smaller parts like the seat and the brake linkage need attention sooner than a commercial unit would. For a normal yard it's plenty, and I'd put my own money here. If your lawn's under half an acre and you're done with gas, Consumer Reports ranks Ego the top cordless pick. 1 battery fits the whole lineup. The honest caveat, Ego's customer service runs through third parties, and the reviews on that are rough. Buy it somewhere with a local warranty counter you can actually walk into. And the one I'd spend up for, Kubota, it quietly outranks Deere on owner-reported reliability. The orange machines just aren't built down to a price the way the entry green ones are. The catch is real money up front, and for a small flat lot it's honestly overkill. But if you're buying once and keeping it 15 years, that's where I'd point you. And whatever the color, here's the question that ends the argument at the counter. Don't ask the salesman the horsepower. Ask which Tuff Torq transaxle it has, and whether the deck is stamped or fabricated. If he doesn't know, or it's a K46 under a stamped deck, you're holding a 3-season mower. Doesn't matter whose name is on it. That one question makes you smarter than the guy who walks in tomorrow. The collapse isn't bankruptcy, it's something quieter. It's a premium brand still charging premium money while the build, the dealer, and the trust all thin out underneath it. You don't have to be angry about it, but you do have to stop paying for the badge and start paying for the bearings. You've got the receipts now. The next person standing in that aisle won't. One last thing. No sponsors, no affiliate links, nobody pays me to point at a brand. That's why I built the Riding Mower Decision Guide, ranked by transaxle and deck. One wrong mower's a $2,000 mistake. This is $20 once. You got today's answer free, so no pressure. The code's on screen, the link's below. YouTube thinks you'll like one of these next 2 videos, so go click it. And if you made it all the way to the end with me, subscribe. The next time someone points you at the green one and calls it the safe choice, you'll know exactly which question to ask first.